Hey folks, I'm AG Squared here at one of my 8 properties to install one of these transitions from a garage into the house. These are important not just for cosmetic reasons, but more so to better insulate your home, keeping the cold out during the wintertime and keeping the home cool during the summer. Alright, let's start from the beginning. Here is how things look between the LVP luxury vinyl plank flooring and the garage. And this is the door threshold that we are going to be installing today. I went with a metal looking one, but you can also choose from different styles, some that resemble a more wood-like material. After opening up the product, we can see that it comes with 2 strips that are going to go and create the seal underneath the material, and then you've got the actual rubber seal that we're going to put on top of it. It also comes with 4 screws. Now, these screws are meant to be used over wood, but because we're dealing with concrete, we're going to need to get concrete anchors or concrete screws instead. And you'll notice the holes where we will put the screw through. This will be fully hidden by the rubber seal. As you can see here, there are anchors and holes from where the previous transition was installed. I could of course repurpose these holes if they line up well, but more than likely I will make new holes for this, as long as the new ones don't overlap with the old holes too much. Otherwise, they won't make a strong hole. The first thing to do is to see how long we need the transition. Yes, folks, when I did this the first time, I installed this wrong. So lucky for you, you'll learn from my mistakes. When measuring, you will want to take 2 measurements. The first is the narrower measurement from left to right, but also be sure to take the longer measurement where the door will stop out. The center part of the transition where the rubber seal will go needs to be right below where the door will close, right up against that jab right there, which means that some of the transition will need to be cut narrower to go around that jab. With our measurements, it's time to start cutting. You can see I made a minor indentation where I will cut. This is our handsaw that's going to allow us to cut through this aluminum material. And here are the concrete screws that we're going to be installing to hold this down. I'll be honest here, folks, this was a lot more effort than I thought it would. It took me a good 5 minutes to finish cutting it all the way through. Once we finish cutting this to size, we'll go ahead and grab some of these screws and time to install this inside the garage. I'll put this where I would like it to go. And again, yes folks, I messed up initially. As you can notice, I installed this centered with the door jamb instead of where the door actually closed. Blame my OCD for this. Don't make that mistake like I did. Once you lay it down in the right place, you're going to take your drill and with a bit, you're going to drill holes through the floor, and in this case, through the concrete so that you can get the screws screwed in. And you can see here right now, I made these 2 holes. That's going to allow us to get this on there nice and tight. Then it's just a matter of screwing the screw in. As you can see, this is on there tight and it ain't going nowhere. Next, we'll want to cut the rubber seal also to size. If you forgot the original measurement, you can easily get it just by laying the rubber seal down and bending it where you're going to end up cutting it. Once it's cut, it's time to put the seal into the transition. This is a little bit of a pain in the ass, so be patient. It's all a matter of taking the sides, and as we can see here, feeding them in through these 2 gaps that we see there. Get only one side fully inserted first to start, making sure that it is on there well. Once you get one side fully in there, you can then bend it and slide the other side into that gap. As you are doing this, be sure to press down on the seal so that it expands fully into the gaps. This is the end product, and like I mentioned, my first attempt was installed wrong. That is not where you want the transition to be. I ended up having to remove the transition and installing it so that the center, where that rubber seal goes, would be right below where the door closes. If you found this video useful, please be sure to like it and consider sharing it with others. And if you're interested in any more content around do-it-yourself renovations or repairs around the home, as well as any topics on real estate, finance, or technology, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. As always, folks, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.